Today, we're looking at a car that has quietly built a cult following among car enthusiasts, tuners, and people who just appreciate a solid, well-balanced ride, the Infiniti G37. This isn't just another mid-tier luxury car. The G37 brought performance, style, and reliability in a way that made it stand out, even against some heavy hitters from BMW and Audi. The story of the G37 begins long before its actual launch. Infiniti kicked off the 5-year development program that would culminate in what became the V36 generation of the G series back in 2002. By 2006, the sedan was ready to roll off the production line, followed by the coupe in 2007 and the convertible in 2009. Actually, design work for the sedan actually started in 2003, and by 2004, Hideo Kamuro's design got the green light. The G37 name officially hit the scene in 2009 when it replaced the G35 sedan, bringing a more powerful 3.7-liter engine under the hood. Now let's break down what makes the G37 so special. First up, under the hood, the G37 packed a naturally aspirated 3.7-liter V6 engine. This was Infiniti's first engine with VVEL, which stands for Variable Valve Event and Lift. You might be wondering, what does that actually mean? Well, simply put, VVEL improves engine performance by controlling the timing and lift of the intake valves. This means more power, better fuel efficiency, and a snappier throttle response, which all translate into a more enjoyable driving experience. Speaking of numbers, this engine produced 328 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 269 foot-pounds of torque at 5,200 RPM. In the coupe version, that translates to a 0 to 60 time of around 5 seconds and a quarter-mile time in the mid-13 seconds. It's quick enough to be exhilarating, but still practical enough to serve as a daily driver without turning every commute into a tire-smoking event. Now, let's talk about one of the things that has made the G37 such a favorite among the tuning crowd: its mod potential. The stock internals of the 3.7-liter V6 engine are capable of handling around 650 horsepower before you need to start upgrading to forged rods and pistons. That's an impressive number, especially for a naturally aspirated engine. If you're thinking about forced induction, you can slap on a turbo kit, but keep in mind, you'll need to upgrade your fuel system to avoid the catastrophic failure of throwing rods through your engine block. The G37 has one of the most robust aftermarket support systems, which means whether you want to go full bolt-on, add forced induction, or even build a full-on track car, there are plenty of options available to help you get the job done. When it comes to transmission options, Infiniti gave you choices. For the purists, there was a 6-speed manual transmission, offering precise shifts and a level of engagement that you just don't get with a standard automatic. For everyone else, the G37 came with either a 5-speed automatic if you had an early model or a 7-speed automatic from 2009 onwards. If you needed extra traction, Infiniti had you covered with an all-wheel drive version, the G37X. The manual transmission made for a truly enjoyable driving experience, offering that connection between driver and car that enthusiasts crave. On the flip side, the automatic transmission, while smooth and efficient, didn't have the quickest shifts, especially when compared to some of its German rivals. However, for most drivers, it was a solid option that balanced both performance and comfort. When it comes to the different variants of the G37, there's a lot to choose from. The sedan, available from 2009 to 2013, produced 328 horsepower and came in both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations. It weighed about 3,800 pounds, making it a great choice for those who wanted a practical yet sporty 4-door. The coupe, available from 2008 to 2013, had a slightly higher output of 330 horsepower and was exclusively rear-wheel drive, with a curb weight of 3,700 pounds. Then there was the convertible, available from 2009 to 2013, which had a slight power drop to 325 horsepower, but featured a retractable hardtop, which added to its curb weight of 4,000 pounds. For those who wanted a manual transmission with their drop top, Infiniti offered the Convertible Sport 6 manual, which had the same 325 horsepower output but weighed a bit more at 4,100 pounds. The G37 was built on Nissan's FM platform, the same one used for the Infiniti M and the Nissan 370Z. This platform made the G37 body 40% stiffer than its predecessor, the G35, which resulted in better handling and road feel. The suspension setup featured single-pivot, lower control arms in the front, improving steering precision and overall stability. For those who opted for the sport package, the G37 came with stiffer rear shocks, larger 13-inch brake rotors, and even Brembo brakes on earlier sport models. Infiniti also threw in a viscous, limited slip differential, which helped put the power down more effectively. Some models even came with active steering, a system that dynamically adjusted the steering ratio, and a rear-wheel steering system that could adjust up to 1 degree for better cornering performance. Infiniti kept the G37 fresh with a few updates throughout its production run. The 2009 onward models got self-healing paint, an innovation that, in theory, would allow minor scratches to disappear over time. However, as cool as it sounded, the self-healing paint only worked intermittently at best. Along with the self-healing paint, these models received a facelifted interior with better materials and a mid-cycle update in 2010, which gave the sedan a sharper, more aggressive front-end design. These updates helped keep the G37 competitive in a market that was rapidly evolving, with more advanced technology and features. When it came to performance, the G37 was no slouch. The 2008 G37 Coupe, for instance, could hit 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds and run the quarter mile in 13.5 seconds, while the 2009 G37 sedan with the 7-speed automatic transmission took a little longer, about 5.3 seconds to 60 and 13.8 seconds in the quarter mile. All-wheel drive versions were slightly slower due to the added weight and drivetrain complexity. But regardless of the configuration, the G37 was a genuinely quick car that could hold its own against some of the best in its class. Even with the added weight of the convertible version, it still performed decently, making it a fun option for those who wanted the thrill of open-air driving without sacrificing too much in terms of performance. The interior of the Infiniti G37 is a blend of luxury and practicality, offering a well-crafted cabin that balances comfort with sportiness. The dashboard is sleek, with soft-touch materials and a driver-centric layout that puts controls within easy reach. The leather upholstery, especially in higher trims, adds a touch of refinement, while the sportier versions feature sporty seats with better bolstering for enhanced driving dynamics. The front seats are spacious and supportive, perfect for long drives or spirited driving sessions. The rear seats, however, are more suited for shorter trips, offering decent comfort but not as much space as some competitors in the segment. The G37's cabin also features a well-designed infotainment system with intuitive controls, though the tech might feel a bit dated compared to more modern rivals. Overall, the interior offers a comfortable and stylish environment that complements the car's performance-focused character. There were also some special versions of the G37 that stand out. Infiniti entered a G37 into the 2008 SEMA Gran Turismo Awards, showing off a modified version of the car that featured a host of performance upgrades and aesthetic modifications. Back in 2006, they also teased the G37's design with the Infiniti Coupe concept. This concept car featured a glass roof, hidden door handles, and 20-inch wheels. Stuff that didn't all make it to production, but still, it was exciting to see what Infiniti was envisioning for the future of luxury sports coupes. While the production model was a little more conventional, it still retained much of the sleek, aggressive styling that made the concept so appealing to enthusiasts. By 2013, the G37 nameplate was phased out in favor of the Q50 and Q60, which Infiniti introduced to modernize their lineup. The move was part of Infiniti's broader strategy to simplify their naming system, although it only succeeded in making things more confusing for consumers. Despite this, the G37 remains one of the most respected cars in its class. It struck a fine balance between performance, luxury, and reliability. It was fast enough to be fun, reliable enough for daily driving, and mod-friendly enough to be turned into a performance monster. Enthusiasts still rave about these cars, and their value in the used car market has remained strong because of the blend of power, luxury, and reliability. So, is the Infiniti G37 the perfect car? Perhaps not. The interior tech can feel a little dated when compared to newer offerings in its class. The automatic transmission isn't the fastest around, and the convertible version is a bit on the heavy side. But for anyone looking for a well-rounded car that combines performance, luxury, and reliability, the G37 is still an excellent choice. It offers a driving experience that is engaging, a design that holds up well over time, and a level of aftermarket support that makes it an enthusiast's dream. In conclusion, the Infiniti G37 is a well-rounded car that has earned its place in automotive history. Whether you're after a daily driver, a tuning project, or just a fun car to drive, the G37 offers something for nearly every enthusiast. It's a car that continues to hold its value, and its presence in the used car market has only solidified its legacy as a performance-oriented luxury car. If you're in the market for something that's quick, reliable, and fun to drive, the Infiniti G37 remains an excellent option. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more car features like this, hit that subscribe button. More fun, fast, and sometimes underrated cars are coming your way. Thanks for watching.